Hey everybody, Heather here from the Build a Better Business video series. We are on part 2 of an episode that I recorded last week on money and why it's often a 4-letter word and why we avoid using it. So I wanted to start this week by saying, first of all, if you just found these videos, welcome. It's so awesome to have you. If you've been watching them, welcome as well. So great to have you. If you have not subscribed yet, I highly recommend subscribing to the videos just so you don't miss any. They come out every Wednesday, and I try to fill them with ideas and thoughts and things that will help you be more successful in your business, right? So if you ever have any ideas, if there's something you want me to cover, send me a message, send me a comment, and I would love to connect with you and help you out with something that you're struggling with. So today, I wanted to tell a couple of stories. So I'm going to use the example of a massage therapist for some of this, but this could apply to any business. So I was speaking with a client today, and she was struggling with what to price her services at. And she was looking around at what other people charge. She wasn't actually a massage therapist. I'll be talking about that in a minute. But she wasn't actually a massage therapist. She was doing some online teaching. And she's like, some people are charging, $20 an hour. Some people are charging $50 an hour. I'm not really sure what I should do. And my communication to her was, you should charge what you feel. This will be partly, obviously, you have to do run the numbers. Go back to that episode on where we talked about how to figure out what you should be charging. But you also need to feel that what you are receiving as payment is fair exchange for the value of what you are providing. So that's one concept. And then it goes into the concept of value. So this was a story that I heard recently told by Ellen Yin, who, super awesome, Cubicle to CEO is her company. And she was trying to explain to people how to think about value. And she used the story of a water bottle. So imagine I'll probably change it around a little bit, but she said, imagine you're at your friend's home and you're thirsty. You're super thirsty and you want a glass of water. So you say to your friend, can I have a glass of water? She says, sure. She goes to the cupboard, gets a glass, fills it up from the tap, and says, that'll be $1. And you think, $1 for water from your tap that you just went over and got? Forget it. So the value of that dollar, and remember, money is just a value exchange, right? The value of that $1 is not worth the water from her tap. Then let's say you are Canada's Wonderland. She used the example of Disneyland, but Canada's Wonderland. It's sunny, it's hot. Imagine Canada's Wonderland is open and you can line up for the rides and everything is great. And you're so thirsty because you've been there all day riding the rides and screaming your brains out. And you're dying and you really need a glass of water, and there's a vendor and it's $7 for a bottle of water, and you're like, I don't care, give me that bottle of water, I want that bottle of water. And you give them that $7 and you have that bottle of water, and it's the best water ever because you were so thirsty. So the value of that water was now worth the $7. The value of the glass of water from your friend's tap wasn't worth $1. It's the same thing. It's water. It's a glass of water, a bottle of water, but the circumstances were different. The value you placed on it was different. So now imagine your customers. You don't decide how much the value they place on it. You price yourself the way that you feel is the correct price for the value that you are providing, and then they decide if that's something they value at the price you've given, and will give you that money in exchange for the value of what they're receiving. And I'm going to use this as an example. So I had a client a few years ago. She was a lawyer, and she had been coming to see me quite regularly. And one day this is values, right? So one day she said to me, lawyers, fairly well paid people. She said, Heather, you don't make enough money. You should be making more money than I do for the value of what you provide. In her mind at that time, the value of what I provided was more valuable than she thought being a lawyer was. So you've got to think about that mind shift, right? So it is slightly market dictated. It is, so you don't want to price yourself out of the market because nobody will even come and try you out. unless, you know, you're amazing and have outstanding experience. You don't want to underprice yourself and undervalue yourself. You'll find this place where you feel it's like Goldilocks. If you price yourself too high, you might feel like a bit icky about it. If you price yourself too low, you'll get to the point where you resent the fact that customers are coming and they're underpaying and they're happy, but you're like not making enough to make a living. There's a happy sweet spot where you are getting what you value as much as in return for the value that you are providing them. And it doesn't have to be perfect right away, and it shifts over time, and you should never feel bad about raising your prices. I mean, it's a business. The cost of things go up, especially right now. More cleaning, if you're a massage therapist, more cleaning, more time between clients, less ability to get clients through the door. So your expenses have expanded, your clients have shrunk, so perhaps you need to raise your prices, and that's okay. People are going to understand that. I once had a client say to me, I hadn't raised my prices. When I was a new massage therapist, I hadn't raised my prices in 3 or 4 years, and one day she came up to get her treatment, and she said, Heather, when are you going to raise your prices? You should be raising your prices. You don't charge enough. So when your clients are telling you that, you really know that you're not charging enough, right? So all of these stories, all of these ideas, all of these concepts, if you missed part 1, go back and watch part 1 where we were talking about money mindset and kind of how to think about money. All of these things are trying to help you feel comfortable to have those conversations, feel comfortable to get paid for what you're worth, right? It's okay to charge people money because that's the means of exchange we have right now to provide service so that we can get money, so that we can go and get stuff we need from someone else, and then they'll take that money, and it's like an energy. You want that energy to flow. Someone's going to pay you for what you do, you're going to pay someone else for maybe food or shelter, and it just flows, and you got to let that thing just flow. Let that energy of money flow through the universe. That's it for me today. By the way, next week I am actually going to be on vacation, so I'm going to do a quick video before I go. Because where I will be, there will be no cell service. I'm going to give you a quick video on why you should go on vacation. I hope you stay well. I hope you stay healthy. I hope you subscribe today. If you find this useful, share this with a friend. I would love to hear some comments and questions. I am Heather from Prosperity Flow Coaching. I help people who help people, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Take care.